Hello visuals and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Pokemon Thursday, the day of the week where we talk about my douchebag hillbilly look. On a scale of 1 to 5.5, how much douchebaggery hillbilly do I look right now? Bandana and I think it's a football team, American football team, but it's in the style of like a baseball jersey. So how much of a douchebag do I look, dude? That's what we're here to talk about today. Nothing to do with Pokemon. Of course, joke. We're in a full get-up. Look at that. We've got the Guardians of the Galaxy shorts and whatnot on. We're in full it's hot and I'm fat mode. That's it. That's literally what this is. But, you know, I'm in the middle of working out, you know. I'm beefcaking. I'm getting big for the boys, for the girls. Row. That's everybody got off this video. No, we're here to continue our series. We might as well just do it now till we're done because it's so much fun and I love it and it's beautiful and it's amazing and it's fun to go back and it's our favourite Pokemon. I haven't even specified what it is. Our favourite Pokemon from every list, from every type. Top 10 list shenanigans. It's nice to go back and go through the types and go, okay, which of these are actually in my top 10? I've just been enjoying it so much and it's nice and fun to talk about. I don't know what that was. It's like that guy. Nice. Fun to talk about because occasionally one of you little legends will come on and be like, okay, my favourite is I like this, you know, and your own personal favourites, your own personal experience. Because I always say it a million times, sorry for repeating myself, the best thing about loving Pokemon is for me a lot of fans because it's so different and varied. Your favourite starter might be Blastoise, whereas yours might be Meganium. You know what I mean? I love everything about it. You discuss why is that Pokemon important to you. Oh, it was my first ever team of this, or I first become champion in this game with this on my team. Any sort of reason. There's a lot of minor reasons are just dumb, like they look cool. But it's my list. I can do it how I want. Please let me know your favourite bug type. Did I mention we're doing bug? The thumbnail would have given it away. A bug typing. A typing which I do really like, but then when I'm more thinking about it, there's a lot of Pokemon there that I do really love, and I don't think I give it enough love than it deserves, because like there are some bug Pokemon I really, really, really fucking love. One of them's going to be a reoccurring person that we would have seen in our fighting. A fighting one might have been in the last episode, so he's going to be a reoccurring character. And you probably know what spot they're going to be at. But hey ho. But visuals, let's take a look at my 10 favourite bug type Pokemon. 10 is Galvantula, the big buggy electric boy, the big tarantula-y electric-y boy from Black and White. Generation 5 it was introduced. Joltik's also really, really cool, but Galvantula's where it's at. Awesome Pokemon, great design. Terrifying design. If like you were in the world of real Pokemon, you would genuinely. Well, I'd be like, I'm not really scared of spiders, but even if I saw that, I'd be like, oh fuck, you can like web me up, and then you can just electrocute the shit out of me and do whatever nastiness you need to do with my, you know, a lot of bugs and tarantulas and insects and whatnot, like eat from the inside out, don't they? I imagine he does some creepy shit. But Galvantula is such an awesome Pokemon, and lately a lot of people have been using in the, I want to say more the Great League battles of the Pokemon Go stuff, but he's such a cool design. This big vibrant yellow with a bit of blue undertone and stuff. Cool ass Pokemon, fucking love it. Oh, it is Butterfree. Butterfree, I think it said safe. Butterfree didn't have the arc that it had in the anime. It probably wouldn't be in my top 10. That's why it's kind of so low down. But at the same time, I really love Butterfree for what it is. It's a fantastic, nice, easy, simple design. It's an OG in the terms of, you know, main bug type Pokemon. You know, if you look at all your bugs, that's the OG of all the other bugs. You know, Butterfree and Beedrill and all them kind of Pokemon. But the anime arc was just so heartbreaking. When Ash eventually got his Metapod, and Caterpie, sorry, and then Metapod had that crazy hard episode, then it evolved Butterfree, then Butterfree went off to migrate and stuff. It was soul destroying. I remember being a kid just thinking, is this what I'm signing up for? To watch this and have my heart just ripped out and cry. And I didn't think that the show was going to make us feel like that. Obviously, I was a young kid anyway, so I was dumb as fuck, whatever. I still am dumb as fuck. But the show just impacted me so much with that particular scene. And then reliving it again with recent films. Was it in the I Choose You film? Whichever film it was. And then seeing Butterfree come up again in the latest time of seeing Ash and whatnot, the thing with Pikachu and shit. But again, at the same time, great design, quite often used in early game stuff. You know, if I went in with not the right team against Brock, I would quite often get a Butterfree. We'd go with like some confusion shenanigans and stuff. Not super effective route, but super handy and a bit more handy, especially if I started off with like, I don't know, if I just went in with a Charmander, I had a Charmander and a Pidgey. Go, oh, fuck it, let's get ourselves a Butterfree. But Butterfree is a classic legend as well. is Spidops, and I'm putting him on here because not only was it part of the first team of my Scarlet and Violet playthroughs, well, Scarlet, but my first ever Generation 9, yeah, Gen 9, I always forget what Gen we're in now, Gen 9, he was my first ever Shiny. I was like, what the fuck is this? Turns out we had a Shiny. I'm like, okay, sweet. But it's that dumb fucking face. The way he stands there is... He's just so dumb, and I fucking love it. I love it when you're roaming around the fields, wherever you may be, in the Paldea region, and you just see Spidops chilling with his tarantulas, and he's just sort of... And then when he crawls after you, it's creepy as shit, and he's got like all flat at the bottom. He's like, what the fuck's going on here? He just looks so cool, and he's so dumb. And the artwork card we got, where he's like coming down from the tree, and there's a cipher, and there's a tarantula at the bottom doing its thing. He's so cool. The non-shiny version is I always think of him now as the shiny version, because my first ever real impact with him was the shiny version, because of I got so lucky in the game. But the regular version is probably a better colour scheme. We got the nice green in there, but he looks so dumb, and I fucking love it. Fortress for number 7, a big steely bug boy. I was gonna maybe put Pineco in this, but then I thought, no, Fortress is very, very badass and amazing. This big steely rocky looking bug thing with cannons attached to the sides. I don't know what it is with Fortress. I have, when I think about him, I'm thinking about him right now, I get like a little bit of warmth, and I'm like, and I think it's because the old OG artwork, like the little punks you would get in the Walker's Crisps and stuff, and the early cards and all that carry on, and seeing him in the game and what for the first time, there was something about it that I was completely enamored with. Maybe it's because he looks a little bit like a burger, and I'm like, oh, I'm fat as fuck. I don't know, but I have like a warm feeling towards him, and he's a Pokemon I haven't used a trillion times. I've used him a fair amount of times in one of different playthroughs and stuff, but it's a Pokemon that holds, for whatever reason, there must be a reason, like a memory in my head that I can't quite unlock, but I can just vaguely remember. But it's like, you're a classic Gen 2 boy. Because I see him, and then I start thinking of the Generation 2 covers and the story, and doing all the crazy carry on with Team Rocket and there, and your rival of Silver. And I start going down this Generation 2 lane, and I'm like, and it's, you know, it's him that I think of. I don't think of Hoothoot would think that, but him and a select few others I think of. So I was like, I need to put him on this list for some hidden reason. I don't know why. Maldo, I should probably speed through this one because the Rock episode included him and all the things I loved about him apply for that, and they apply for this. I think probably obviously I talked more about the fossil aspect and whatnot in the Rock episode, and we'll go on about the little buggy bit because it is a bug video. Isn't that right, Optimus? You're fast asleep and you don't give a shit. But Maldo's just so cool. Again, has that derpy look. I love the derp look. One of my favourite, if not my favourite fossil Pokemon of all time. He's just so fucking amazing to look, and I just love the design. I love the color scheme. I love everything about it. I love Anorith. I love the little jungly, like the idea. I know they're supposed to be shrimpy mollusks, whatever the fuck they are. I think I said it in the Rock episode. I love the idea of him in the jungle. You're wandering around the jungle, and he's there in some sort of prehistoric dinosaur-filled fucking jungle. And he's just, you know, next to a little lake or a stream or a pond or whatever. I just fall in love with him. He has that classic ultimate Pokemon look as well, which gives him extra points. But I love Maldo. 5, Pinsir. He's an OG. He used to terrify the shit out of us. I would always look at Pinsir and be like, oh my god, imagine just the sideward teeth and the thing of being trapped inside of that. You would fuck me up. I had to include Pinsir. I've got so many fond memories. But I think the biggest memory for me that I love the most is his old card, which is the jungle set. I'm pretty sure it's jungle set. And the hollowness of it and how it looked and him sort of running stuff. He was a hollow, wasn't he? Yeah, I remember him as a hollow. Maybe he wasn't. Either way, the old card, I have it in my binders behind all that shit. Anyway, I can go and take a look. But he was just so awesome. That classic Pokemon look. Legendary in terms of being a legendary status Pokemon. But yeah, I was always enamored and fascinated and awe about it. I would always, when I was younger, you'd look for my cards and I'd always be drawn to him and be like, you just look amazing. That solid bug typing, being what he really truly is, just this big, awful, menacing, scary ass, disgusting bug from the bug world. And then it gets his Mega Evolution. It looks even more terrifying because now terrifying. Well, quite literally flying, because he will fly after you now and fucking chop the shit out of you. But I love Pinsir. Oh, Venonat again, right? There's something kind of like the Ferrotress thing. There's something about Venonat I love it more than Venomoth, that I just absolutely adore. I don't know whether it's the stupid, like, oh, you know, I just bounce about and whatnot. Whether it's that theory that come out about it should really evolve into Butterfree and stuff. But and he, to me, well, has a very Pokemon-y Pokemon look. But I just think they nailed the design so well with Venonat. And again, it always leaves like a warm place in my heart. I can forget about Venonat constantly, and then I'll look at a picture of him, or see one in the wild when I'm playing a game, or something will happen, and all these memories of when I was younger playing would always pop up. Maybe it was that episode we had of it in the anime where Ash is going to go challenge Koga and stuff. It could potentially be that. I'm not 100% sure. But there's something about Venom that gives me that same warm feeling. Most Generation 1 Pokemon do that, to be fair. There's a couple that don't, but usually that does. And I just think, I love you, Venonat. You're a great looking Pokemon. You're a fun Pokemon. You've got a cool ass shiny. You look awesome, and you give me fun memories. But like overly joyed fun memories, like leaving Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 again and feeling all happy and thingy. I think of him and go, oh, life's great, isn't it? We've got Venonats everywhere. And the name Venonat, I love that name, Venonat. It's just fun to say. Number 3 is Center Scorch, and why not? I'll find a gif of him in his big boy form once I've edited and I've gone to look for gifs and stuff. Here he is in his big boy form, and I don't know why, but why big? We're just doing it. But I think I included him in my fire list. I'm fairly certain I did. I'm fairly positive I did. But anyway, this is another Pokemon that once I was running through Sword and Shield and I saw exactly Sizzlepede, and I caught it and it evolved. I just immediately fell in love. I thought, you are absolutely outstanding. I think they've nailed the design. The type matchup, I really love Firebug. I know we've already got that with the fucking Moth Dickhead, but I just think they nailed it so friggin' hard. The little flamey must. In fact, visuals. We might as well get him down. Our little mini plush, not a big jumbo boy bud plush, but our little mini plush. I think everything about him is just so cool. Like I said, the type, he's literally farting fire as well. And he has the R1, our plushie one definitely has a derpy derp look. Look how they didn't think too hard about he's bong-eyed basically. He's like the lad at work. He's just extremely bong-eyed. But yeah, I love this motherfucker. Again, though, in the real world, if I was in Pokemon, this would terrify me because you little things are disgusting and horrible and your little legs are blah, 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 you're just fucking freaking minging. But this bad boy is so fucking awesome. And I'll repeat myself over and over and over and over again. I think they nailed it with the designs. Sword and Shield had some awful designs for me, but it also had some amazing, and he is top tier. He is top tier design for me. And like I said, the typing, everything. And he's got my own, he was part of the team, my first ever Sword and Shield team, so he holds a lot of memories. The cards as well, the cards you get of him, beautiful to look at, so amazing. And his big boy form, just going on forever, this big fucking roller coaster of a, I was going to say snake, but you're not a snake, are you? You're a fucking centipede. Center Scorch. 2 is Cypher. I definitely prefer Cypher over Scizor. Do really love Scizor. Do really like Scizor. But Cypher is where it's at for me. That Pokemon feeling and legendary Pokemon. Not in terms of legendary status. Sorry, not in terms of being a legendary, but legendary status. Again, another Pokemon quite like Pinsir that I was always terrified of, like being like, oh my god, look at that big bad boy Cypher. This big bug flying thing, scary as fuck. The appeal of it, because it was, I can't remember what it was now, where you could buy it from getting enough coins and whatnot from the game corner and get it that way. Even to now, when playing, like when I do reruns of Let's Go, I always quite like to have a Cypher on my team every now and then because I just like the way it's flying behind you and whatnot. The vibrant green is always a massive plus for me because it's my favourite colour of all time. And another one that, just like Pinsir, he's just as cool as Pinsir with his card. His card was a little bit more common though in the thing. It was like a bit more of a, just like, what was it, green, like black background, and he was just sort of sat there. But maybe it's the green aspect that draws into it because it's my favourite colour. But he always loved his card as well. I thought he looked great, and there's so many different artworks. Go check out the Cypher artworks now on Google and just see all the different poses. He always looks fantastic. He always looks great. He always looks amazing. I've always thought Cypher was a underappreciated Pokemon, but that's from my perspective. I just think people should appreciate it more, but maybe you do, and I'm just seeing it in a funny way. I don't know, but I fucking love Cypher. Shock, big twist, number 1, Heracross. Who didn't see that coming? I won't harp on too much because I've harped on loads shit. We've mentioned him in our fighting video. I've mentioned plenty of times, you know, I've got him tattooed and whatnot on the leg. I love Heracross with all my life. the interaction with Bulbasaur, the interaction in the anime in general with the Pincer feud and whatnot, Ash having it, the fighting element added to the bug time always drew me to him. The same feeling like Ferrothorn and whatnot. I think of him and think of good times, amazing times, awesome times, being young and playing Pokemon and headbutting them trees so one fell down. But I always wanted the boy one because I was like, I don't want one with a love heart. I'm not a girl. I want the boy one with the horn. But now I don't give a shit. I just want any Heracross in my life. Seeing him in his big, massive, stomping around form in Arceus when he's running around. The Mega Evolution just looking more derpy derp. The derpy derp aspect. I love Heracross. I don't need to harp on. We know he's my second favourite Pokemon of all time. The visuals, that was my favourite bug. I was going to fold my arms there. I thought that would just look awkward. I look quite hench there, don't I? Bingo wing. That was my favourite bug type Pokemon of all time. Please let me know your favourite buggy boys in the comments below. I always say this in these videos. Let me know what you want to do next, but by the time, if anybody does, I've probably already done the next typing. And we're eventually done with the series. I think all we've got left is Ghost, Fairy, Ground, Dragon. It might be it. I'm going to have to go back and double check. Because imagine if I get like 5 years down the road and be like, oh shit, I never did X-type. Fuck. Here we go, visuals. That was my 10 favourite Pokemon, bug-type Pokemon of all time. And come back in a few years anyway, because we might have to do this list again and rechange it for whatever reasons. But thank you so much for watching. Let me know your favourites in the comments below. And let me know how much of a hillbilly do I look, or douchebag. Thanks for watching. What's keeping you? I keep out. I keep it out.